My hope and prayer is that you will leave here with some increased tools and awareness and a willingness to surround yourself with all of your family members and trusted advisors to be able to make your own decisions about your present and future. And we are not here to suggest what those decisions should be. But hopefully, in this unique approach that we're going to be using today, hopefully you yourselves will be able to get greater clarity and insight in terms of what those decisions might be. I would like at this time to allow Don and Fred to make their opening remarks, and following those remarks, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about some of the questions that some of you may have in your own minds. And those of you who want to express your questions verbally, the forum's allowed us to allow you to do that. There's a mic in the back. Those of you who wish to write out your questions, feel free to do that. The runners will bring the questions to Fred and Don and myself, and hopefully we'll be able to be responsive to all of your questions during what we think is this unique setup. If we fail to answer your questions, I might add, that at the conclusion of the remarks, we will have yet another opportunity. And for those of you who did not have the opportunity or chose to utilize the opportunity, we have a booth in the Coliseum, and it's space number 45. And for anyone who's interested in getting more information or specific questions answered, we will be here until Friday. And we're all guests at the hotel here, and or you can meet with us at our booth. Anyone who wants additional information or videos, we're going to see a part of a video. Anybody who wants that kind of information, Fred is going to make available to you a list, and if you put your name down there at no cost or obligation, we'd be happy to make available to you additional information. So without further ado, Don, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, my name is Don Green, and I'm an OD consultant, and that to some folks that means overdose, but what I mean is I'm an organization development consultant, and that, again, that's a fancy word for plan change in an organization. The major purpose of our company is to assist individuals, families, and organizations to become more aware of their processes, to become more whole and fully functioning. We're also interested in the special dynamics of the family-owned or privately held business. We work primarily with the family system and the leadership management system. My associates Carl and Fred work with the financial business estate planning system. And together we hope to give families kind of a holistic look at their situation. The system's perspective facilitates the generation and conservation of wealth while improving the quality of relationships. We work towards improving the quality of life within the family-owned business and with those they touch. So I'll be illustrating this morning, with your help, some of the complexities of family systems. And I hope and I think we will have a nice learning experience. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yes, I'm Fred Heyer, as Carl said, and I'm part of an independent marketing organization called Programmed Marketing. And we operate out of Southern California, but we do operate across the country on a national basis. And what we do is bring what we think are some of the finest financial products and services to financial planning people and people that deal in not only the agricultural business, but the business, insurance markets, estate planning, retirement planning. That those areas are what we specialize in. And we represent some 18 to 20 different insurance companies, all types of products, all types of services, from life insurance to disability insurance to tax planning devices, retirement planning, mutual funds, etc. So we're here to learn about you people in Spokane, and we have done a lot of business with families around you, neighbors of yours. And I've worked with Carl for over 15 years, and he always brings unique problems and situations to the table that I enjoy working on with Carl and with Don, and hopefully we solve some problems. Hopefully we keep the government intervention out of your family businesses, and that's really our pursuit. So all I can tell you is it's a lonely place at the airport at 12:30 last night. I know there's only 2 cabs in Spokane because we had to wait in line to get them to get to the hotel. But outside of that, I'm looking forward to working with you and talking with you later, and thanks for letting me be here.
Thank you, Fred and Don. The rest of the morning, we're going to begin with any questions that anybody might have at this point in time. And we're going to state the questions, if there are questions, verbally or in written form. And we may not answer them at this precise moment, but during the process, those answers will be addressed. And if they aren't, they'll be addressed at the end. So I'd like to start with asking anyone here so that we can have some sense of where you're at and what your concerns are. Is there anyone here that has a question that they would like to phrase at this time? I'm impressed. You people have all the answers, so maybe I should be raising some of the questions.
And there's a mic in the middle if people would use it.
Yes, there is a mic at the middle. And have some of you written out some of your questions? All right, then let's reverse the role. Let me ask some questions. How many of you here have wills and or trusts now in place? 75% of you have those in place. How many of those who raised your hands, how many of you have told those people who are family members what your intentions are in specific terms? About a third of you. That means 2/3 of you have plans, and those plans have something to do with secrecy. So my question to you is, why is it so important to be secretive about what you're going to do with your material possessions? So does secrecy really play an important part in your family business? So that would be my question to you. Anybody want to respond to that? So by stopping jealousy, then what you do is that if they don't know, then there isn't any jealousy. And then what happens? Then you call on this gentleman over here, don't you? Or pardon? Yes. And so these are time delay bombs that we have. And I don't know about you, but the experiences of other people in other states have told me that when that happens, sometimes the bomb is so destructive that you can't, not only can't you salvage the business, but you can't salvage the relationships. Yeah, thank you. One of the other questions I would ask you is, what's more important in your life? To preserve the family business or to preserve the family relationships? I have clients that say this is the 100th year of our business, and what's most important for me is to preserve this business. And when I ask the question, well, what if you have one child that's actively engaged in the business and 3 that aren't?